More about Darwin's frogs. Darwin's frogs tadpoles. Tadpoles of Darwin's frogs are different from most other tadpoles. Aquatic tadpoles have muscular tails bordered by delicate fins. Their strong tails allow the tadpoles to escape from predators quickly. Rhinoderma darwini tadpoles, which don't swim in water, have small, weak tail fins. Most aquatic tadpoles scrape algae and bacteria from rocks and vegetations with rows of tiny teeth. Tadpoles of Darwin frogs do not have these projections. How does a Rhinoderma darwini tadpole breathe inside its father's sac? This piece of the puzzle has not been answered yet. Scientists have an idea, though. Inside the vocal sac, foam made of air bubbles surrounds the tadpoles and may provide the needed oxygen. Rhinoderma rufum, the other Rhinoderma. In 1902, R.A. Felipe, director of the Museum of Natural History in Santiago, Chile, named a new frog species from central Chile, Herminectes rufus. For a long time, many scientists thought the species was the same as Darwin's frog. Finally, in 1975, scientists decided that Herminectes rufus was indeed different. What was distinctive about this frog? These frogs lay 12 to 25 eggs in a clutch, instead of 5 to 15, as Darwin frogs do. Their eggs are only 2/3 the size of Rhinoderma darwini eggs. The eggs hatch after about 7 days instead of 20. The fathers brood the tadpoles and their vocal sacs for about 2 weeks instead of 2 months. Then the males hop to water and burp on the young while they are still tadpoles. After about 3 months of living in the water, the tadpoles metamorphose into tiny frogs. Like most of the other tadpoles, they have strong tails for swimming and rows of tiny teeth. Scientists changed the name of the species to Rhinoderma rufum. Clearly, it was closely related to Darwin frogs, because it is found only in Chile. It is commonly known as the Chile Darwin's frog. The Chilean common name for this frog is sapito vaquero, meaning cowboy frog. The name refers to the frog's call, which reminds one of cowboys whistling to their cattle to speed them up. Both species of frog live side by side near Concepcion, Chile. Darwin's frog has a much larger geographical range, however. Chile's Darwin's frog is known only from a small area in Chile, in central Chile, from a sea level of up to 500 meters, 1,640 feet. People have spent many hundreds of hours searching for Chile Darwin's frogs, even though they may be extinct. Not one has been found for the past 3 decades. Scientists still look for these frogs because they don't want to believe that this unique animal is gone. Much of the species' previous forest habitat had been destroyed and replaced with pine trees. Other areas have been converted to residential areas for humans. Conservation status. In 2010, the International Union for Conservation of Nature, IUCN, listed Darwin's frog, Rhinoderma darwini, as vulnerable. This designation means that the species is likely to become endangered unless the circumstances threatening its survival improve. Although the frogs are still locally common in some areas, populations are declining or disappearing in other areas, including protected parks and reserves. Fundación Senda Darwin. Fundación Senda Darwin is a private nonprofit organization that supports ecological research and education. It is based at the biological station Senda Darwin, meaning Darwin's Trail, located in the northern part of Chiloé Island in the south of Chile. Charles Darwin, the famous British naturalist and discoverer of Darwin's frogs, traveled on the old road winding through the property. The station was founded in 1995 as a base camp for scientists to carry out studies on the fauna and flora of Chilean rainforests, such as Darwin's frogs. Visiting Chilean and international scientists can stay in the residence house, use the laboratory facilities, and work in the surrounding forest. The station also provides opportunities for local landowners, students, teachers, children, and tourists to learn about the native forest ecosystems. Darwin's frogs live in the remnant forest around the station.